I am the Highland scribe Cheryl L. Hudson, storyteller. I am about to begin. Are you ready? I am the Highland scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. Come closer, closer still. You see, the fire's warm, but this tale runs wild. Have you ever heard of the hollow borrowers? No? Sit yourself down with a nice cup of coffee. Wrap your favourite blanket round about your shivers and let me begin. Long ago, in the mist-veiled north of Alba, two men were born into the same clan, with black hair like peat soot and voices like the wind before a storm. One was called James and the other Robert, and both had the blood of the bards running through their veins. But only one would listen to the land. You see, James would sit by the ancient standing stones, fingers in the moss, listening. The old trees spoke to him. The rivers sang to him. He was not loud, but his words stirred firelight and shivered spines, and the villagers called him the Echo Warrior. For his stories were not told, but returned, as if they'd been spoken once before, by ghosts. Robert, however, well, he saw how the people gathered when James whispered. He watched the hush that fell when James spoke of shadow beasts and morning trees, and he grew hungry. No for the stories, for the attention. So Robert began to mimic. He took James's words and reshaped them, made them rhyme, but stripped them of any meaning. He donned James's cloak, painted his boots with bog water, and recited tales beside stones that he'd never asked permission to speak near. Well, at first the villagers listened, uncertain but curious. But the land knows. The hollow borrowers. On Beltane night, an old druid, blind and wrapped in bramble cord, arrived at the edge of the village. Now, she spoke to no one, but the stones. She laid a hand upon James's shoulder and said only, "The land speaks through you, but beware, laddie, the hollow borrowers walk beside you." James nodded. He knew. That night Robert stood before the fire and began to recite a tale James had once whispered beneath a hawthorn tree. But the flames wouldn't rise. The fire hissed at him, and the winds turned. The trees stilled. Then something stepped from the shadows. Not a beast, not spirit, something older. The coo glass. The greyhound, a druidic spectre that haunts those who steal sacred truths and without earning its right. Its eyes were blind, its teeth are carved with ogham. It did not growl, it remembered. Robert ran. His voice stuttered, his tales began to fall apart like ash. No one saw where he went, but it is said that if you walk the Highlands, you'll see a man wandering, speaking in borrowed tongues, mouth always moving, but never heard. For the greyhound does not kill. No. You see, it silences those who try to steal others' truths. And James, well, he walked on, quiet, stories rising around him like morning dew. The stories born of stone in spirit and truth, because the land listens, and the land never forgets who spoke first. So, let this be a warning to you all. Be yourself and don't try to take what others are doing and make it yours. Carve your own path. We all have a destiny and a destination. What is somebody's destiny and destination might not be yours. Just remember, the hollowed borrowers are always watching, always waiting for those who stray too far. I am the Highland Scribe. Scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen.